Hello, I have switched locations, and there's also a shit ton of construction happening all around me, so I'm not sure if this video is going to sound good or what. Uh, Hope everyone is well. Today, or I was laying in bed last night, and I was thinking of how to continue moving forward and stuff, and then I remembered one date I had where I had one of those questionnaires that we used to do as kids, like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite. And so I decided that maybe today I do one of those. Um, Full disclaimer, I stole this from a mommy blog of um, someone who reads the Bible quite a lot, according to her answers. So I'm not sure how much of this is pertinent to knowing who I am. However, uh, I say always no editing, this kind of thing. So I figured I would just leave all of the questions. I would answer them, and yeah, we just have fun, I guess. So, number one, am I named after anyone? I don't think so. Number two, what would your parents have named you if you were the opposite gender? Now, I think this is Natasha Lynn. I have a vague memory of being told this at one point, but I'm not 100% sure. Number three, when was the last time you cried? Last night. I I was watching a some kind of short video that came up on Facebook ads, and it was about a boy reuniting with his lost dog. And of course, the moment the boy sees the dog, he starts crying, and the moment that I see someone else cry, I start losing it. So my throat's a little up, and I had a few tears in my eyes, but it wasn't excessive. I don't know if you could hear that. Do you have kids? If no, how many do you want? So I do not have, nor do I want kids. If you had asked me this in the past, since high school, I think I said I wanted 5 kids, and then we thought about it many times over the years, and then we started seeing Mousy once a month, and kind of having him put a lot of things into perspective. It's a lot of work. So parents out there do not get enough credit for all that they do to take care of a kid and also have energy to survive and work and all of this. And I just think that maybe I'm just too selfish to do this full time. So I'm happy with where I'm at. One weekend a month is enough. No thanks for the rest. If I was another person, would I be a friend of myself? Truthfully, probably not. And that sounds horrible, but I wrote down prickly to first meet depending on the scenario. And I'm sure a lot of people can vouch for that. I'm very judgmental, and I have a lot of guards up. So when I meet people in work, I have very high expectations for how someone should work. And if they don't meet those expectations, I might be short with them, or not so nice, or not so welcoming. It's something that I'm trying to work on. However, that is just kind of me. You just have to kind of get to know me and then realize that I'm pretty harmless. I'm just grumpy most of the time. Do I use sarcasm a lot? Number six. I used to use it constantly, but I think these days my edges are a bit softer. I like just direct insults these days, not so much sarcasm. Number seven. What's the first thing you notice about people? So, I mean, I wrote down height because how can you not see someone's height upon first meeting them? But then I thought about it and I was like, okay, then maybe eyes or smile. And it doesn't have to be like good teeth, it just has to be like a happy smile, a genuine smile. What color is my eye color? And I wrote depending. Well, you can't see it in here. I said depending on the where I'm at, green or blue. So I mean, maybe based on this wall, they look a little bit more green. But it just kind of depends. Number nine is scary movies or happy endings. Happy ending. No, scary movies. I've been obsessed since I was a child. So the only sad part is that I don't really get scared anymore. Chucky and dolls in general still kind of scare me, like genuinely scare me. I don't think much else does. Now, I do like these films that are kind of relying more on scare tactics, like in the 80s. So I like to jump and be kind of terrified as I'm playing or watching. The video games I choose now are the ones that, that give me that feeling. Number 10, favorite smells. I wrote salty air because I live near the ocean, and lilacs and aquanet remind me of my mother. And I also really like the smell of like pine, just like really clean scents in general. Number 11, furthest I've been from home, so that is Bulgaria for sure. Um, Nothing else to say there. Number 12, do I have any special talents? So I wrote like a party trick. I'm not really sure. I feel like I'm kind of across the board average at a lot of things. If I were younger, I think that it would have been like that Shakira ass shake thing with my non existent ass. Now that I have an ass and a belly to go with it, I'm not going to be doing that any longer. So maybe I need to come up with a new party trick to introduce to the world. Number 13, where was I born? York, Pennsylvania, as I've mentioned. Number 14, what language besides my native one would I like to be fluent in? So obviously Icelandic. And I think it would be fun to casually know some Bulgarian so when I travel there. Number 15, what are my hobbies? Reading, writing, cooking, or baking. Um, you don't really get asked these questions a lot as an adult. So I actually would like to invest. I mean, that's half of this project is investing in trying to figure out what these things are again. Do I have any pets? Number 16. So Ash and Stalin, two cats. Ash is my adopted cat. He is an obese, just a normal trash cat. And Stalin is a blue Russian, beautiful, elegant, the favorite child for sure. Number 17, do I have any siblings? I do have a brother, but we don't have much of a relationship. We're half brothers, so he grew up with his dad and I grew up with mine, and we didn't see each other too much. Now, number 18, what did I want to be when I grow up? So I'm reading off these. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm also improvising, giving you some more personality. So I went through phases as a kid. I wanted to be an astronaut, so my dad bought me a telescope, and I used to study the stars. I wanted to be a veterinarian, so I forced myself to watch Animal Planet, even though I wanted to watch cartoons like all day and all night. That's all I watched. Then I wanted to be a journalist in high school, so that's what I ended up going to college for. Truth be told, I don't know what I still want to be when I grow up. I will let you know when I have the final result. I do have still very strong interest in art therapy. Um, I had a family member or a friend who had a family member who was an art therapist, and I remember going to the house and I don't know how it came up, but we talked about how basically she was making scrapbooks for people who were dying of AIDS to give to their families as something to leave behind, and I thought that's really powerful career choice. And so my interest was kind of piqued. And so I also have this kind of funny story that I wrote as a aside. And basically, I'm obsessed with iced tea. Always have been, as even as a kid. And in Philly, I would go to Whole Foods, and there was a certain tea. I think it was Tazo brand, but I really liked the mint one. And in under the cap, they had like 5-word quotes or something. Anyway, I went to Whole Foods. There was none left in the mint, like in the drink case. So I reach all the way in the back. There's one left, one mint one. I reach all the way in the back and I pull out the bottle and I check out. And when I get home, I realize like, oh fuck, it's not mint. It's green tea. And I was sweetened with honey, so I was like, fine, I'll drink it. So anyway, I open it, and under the lid, even though it was the tea that I was thought that I wanted, and I would have never bought had it not been in the wrong place, but under the lid it said the 5-word quote was "Art therapy changed my life." And ever since then, I thought to myself, if you believe in signs, this is a very good story. I don't know if I believe in signs, maybe just coincidences or whatever. But either way, that felt like a sign to me to explore that in my life at some point. I'm seeing based on time that there's no fucking way I'm going to get through all this. So I'm going to cut it off at 25, do 25 things you didn't know about me, and then I'll make another one right after and just keep going. Number 19 is who was my first best friend. I had a few before, like fourth or fifth grade. Um, I've mentioned some in this videos before that didn't have a necessarily good influence on me or things like that. I think my first best friend truly was Trina, and that was around fourth or fifth grade when I lived in Cedar Village. Um, she's one person that we spent like day and night with. She was always over my house. Almost, I think sometimes in the summer she would stay for like a week at a time, and her parents would like be like, "Where have you been for a week?" You know, I mean, they would know she was around, so it wasn't a problem. We were always together, but still, it was excessive. Number 20 is how tall am I? 5'8". Number 21, my least favorite thing about myself. I overanalyze everything, and I can never leave well enough alone. Um, I think that's obvious from these videos that I'm constantly deconstructing and trying to figure out answers where there probably aren't any answers. So, yeah, I have a hard time just feeling satisfied in general. Number 22, what is the hardest thing about being a parent? I told you this was a mommy blog entry questionnaire. So I wrote scooping cat poop. Number 23 is how many countries have I visited? 5 for now. And I plan to visit more. And I've been to more, but I'm not counting, like, if I've spent time in them. So 5. What was my favorite and worst subject in high school? My favorite was either choir or journalism. Both had really huge parts of my high school life. My least favorite was any kind of math or calculus. I remember just every math class I pretty much spaced out or cheated from someone else through, or did but not. I'm pretty sure I cheated all of my math courses in high school. Like, I had a graphing calculator. I used to put a lot of answers stored in there. I knew all the tricks. I don't know how I passed, to be honest. Number 25. It's the last one. Oh. What's my favorite drink? So I wrote cherry iced tea. It's a flavor that I loved as a kid, and when I get something close to it, it can bring me back to a time and a place. And if we're drinking in, then a Long Island iced tea, because it has a lot of alcohol in it, and it does the trick really fast. So that's 25 things you did not know about me. And I will make another video directly after this one and maybe upload it on a different day. So on that note, enjoy. Feel free to chime in if you have any of your own answers that you thought were interesting from this mommy Jesus blog questionnaire. And yeah, I just thought it would be fun to do something that I haven't done since basically high school. So on that note, have a good day.